2026 is looking like an incredible year for movies, with a big year for Marvel and a new Christopher Nolan film. But what films are we most excited about? Let's discuss this and more on the Late Night Movie Podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, is Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello, guys. Yep, looking very forward to this episode, or have been anyway. This is also sort of a hint towards our Rotten Tomatoes game as well, talking about all these big films coming out. So, might give you guys a few ideas.
And also joining us is our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Almost. And I probably need as many hints as possible after last year's Rotten Tomatoes performance.
This year's
no, really excited to talk. This year's technically, I know, kind of jumping the gun in
Still
there.
one more
But
film.
yeah, looking forward to discussing about what is set to be a big year. I mean, this year has been absolutely unbelievable for film. So I am kind of sitting there thinking, surely 2026 is not going to eclipse it. Thing is, I'm trying to go in with like reasonable expectations, because if I go in thinking it's gonna be better than what we've had this year, I don't want to be disappointed. But the list, if they hit, wow, what a year!
Yeah, I think we did a conversation of, do we even do this episode, because we've got the Rotten Tomatoes one in like about a month now, actually, which is kind of crazy to think about. We're going to be picking our movies in a month, so it feels like we're going to kind of be like treading the same ground. But my argument is that just because we're excited about it doesn't mean we think it's going to be good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of films.
There's a lot of films. We can't pick them all.
There is one movie in particular that I'm going to talk about that I absolutely would not pick for the Rotten Tomatoes game.
There's quite a few.
There's one where I was looking for. I was like, yeah, I would definitely not be picking that. No chance.
So, Andy, you text before this stream saying, are we just going to go through the year or just bring our own? I think I said bring our own, and I've also now got the calendar in the year, so we could kind of do a mixture of both.
Okay.
Obviously, early in the year, there's normally a lot of Deadwood that comes out. I can't see much here. If you think of anything that you really want to talk about, then just say it. But for me, the biggest film of the year next year is 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, Stephen.
Is that actually?
No.
Okay.
But that is...
I wouldn't be surprised if it was up there for you.
I'm very excited for it. Like, I loved
the
film this year. I know it wasn't loved by everyone. But the way it ended, I'm just so ready to see where they're taking it. I'm just so ready.
From what I've seen of it so far, in terms of the trailers for it, it does look better than 28 Years Later. So I am excited to watch it, because I do think it's going to be better than, obviously, mine and Stephen's opinions of 28 Years Later. And yeah, it does look like it's going to be a fun story, especially with the characters that they ended with. And they're obviously going to be a lot more involved in this film.
And Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got a minor role in this one, apparently, but then he's meant to be in the second, or third one, I guess.
Right, yeah.
A lot more.
Gets there. Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult because I'm not actually reading too much into the trailer, because the trailer for 28 Years Later was so amazing, and the movie that I got was so bad, and that ending was absolutely no short of an absolute disgrace. But I will go into it with an open mind, because if the story is really good and they explore it further, and you then get to the end of the Bone Temple and go, oh, okay, now that end sequence makes a bit more sense, and the fact of having Jim back is really cool. What really annoys me about 28 Years Later, and I don't tend to speak about it because it just winds me right up, as you can clearly see. I'm going to got this ongoing joke about how much you loved it, Welchy, but like, if that first 28 Years Later was so good, I would be so excited for January's release, and I'm just not, because I was so let down and disappointed by 28 Years Later that I'm going into it thinking, if I watch it and think, well, that was equally shit, then I'm going to watch it and watch if they do a third one. Of course, I love the 28 franchise, but I can't say it's one that I'm most anticipated for. I am curious to see how they can make up for that abomination of the ending. So there's anticipation in that sense, but and seeing Jim, but outside of that, no.
So it's meant to come out January the 16th. I think we're so close to it now that won't change. Is there any other films around that time that you two are excited about?
The only from the list that I sent over before with the January releases, Soulmate would be one that I'm curious about, just because that's a spin-off to the Megan franchise. And although I think this one's going back more towards horror, but obviously with Megan 2, that went down a different sort of action comedy route. I enjoyed them both. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Soulmate and how that pans out basically.
I'm interested to see what they do with Soulmate as well.
I've not seen a single thing about it, and I'm not a fan. Well, I've never watched the Megan film, so not one for me. But I can see why you would be. Any excitement for Return to Silent Hill?
I am very excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously I haven't played the games, but I've watched you play Silent Hill 2, Welchy. From the trailer that I've seen, I thought it looks quite cool. Looks exciting. So one I'll definitely be watching.
Yeah,
be interesting to see a game adaptation.
Yes,
right or wrong.
I like to try and support game adaptations where I can. Obviously, Until Dawn we had this year. Return to Silent Hill in January 23rd. I think that's got potential to surprise people.
Yeah, yes, I think it's definitely going to be. It depends on how they do it, because if they focus on the real creepy aspects of Silent Hill, then it could be absolutely unbelievable. I think people that haven't played the game will be going into it having no clue, because Silent Hill starts very slow pace and then it drives into just absolute craziness. And I imagine that the movie is going to follow that same approach, that it will start very sort of quiet and you'll hear people going, oh, like, when does it actually get going? And then something will happen and the shit will just hit the fan and it just won't stop. That one could go either way to me. That could either be absolute, but then I went into Until Dawn thinking that and came out thinking that was a brilliant horror movie. So I've seen more better adaptations recently than not so good adaptations. So that's one which could go either way. I'm unsure, but I am excited to see what they do with that.
Next is February. Is there anything in February? I mean, there's Strangers Chapter 3, Andy. I know you hated number 2.
Oh my god, yeah. I'll watch it, see where the story goes, but I've seen the new trailer for it, and like I just think it's going to be more of the same as Chapter 2. So I'm not looking forward to it.
See, me and Andy will disagree with this, because I actually am very excited for The Strangers Chapter 3. The only thing that I'm excited about is that it's kind of her as like the final girl, final fight, and it looks like from one of the shots, because at the end of Strangers Chapter 2 you got a preview for Chapter 3, and it looks like she actually puts on the mask. So it's kind of like they're playing like, like Batman and the Joker, that duality tale that Batman becomes the Joker. They're kind of going down the route that she becomes one of the strangers. It's weird. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I am excited, because even though the second half of Chapter 2 was terrible, I quite enjoyed the first half of that cat and mouse game. So I think it might be all right. I think anyway.
Yeah, I'm not watching it because I've not watched the other 2, but I think you'll like it, Stephen, and Andy won't. That's my prediction.
It'll be interesting, yeah.
There's a film coming out February 13th, a nice Valentine's weekend, although this is not, called Goat. Have you seen this, Andy? But I ask you because it's a basketball film.
Very excited for Goat. It's got Stephen Curry in it. I'm so excited for this.
He's producer, right? Is he actually in it as well?
I think he was in it.
Oh, he might be. I know he's definitely producing it. It's basically a animated film, Stephen, where a goat plays basketball. Well, loads of animals play basketball.
I saw the trailer for it when I went to watch Zootopia 2. It was the first time I saw the trailer for it.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Yeah, I like the look of it. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential. To be another surprise hit. But the same day that comes out is Wuthering Heights, which is Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, which I've known nothing about other than obviously one very good actress, one very good actor. So it's piqued my interest in that sense. I've seen Margot Robbie starting to like talk and starting to pick the film off a bit. But anything you two are interested in?
No, I mean, I know of that is set on the book. I'm
All
not
right.
too au fait with the material. When I first saw it, I thought, oh my god, it's a song based on the Kate Bush song, and then I was like, oh, hang on a minute, no, it's not. It's based on the book. I'm pretty confident it is based on the book anyway.
It is.
Um,
It is.
I don't know any. I don't know the story. Like I've heard of people waxing lyrical about the book. I quite like Margot Robbie, so that might be one where I have those list of movies that I don't know anything about. It looks
Just go
quite
and watch it.
appealing. I'll go and watch
This,
it and see what it's like.
I've seen the trailer for it. For me, it's one of those films that I think looks absolutely shit. But then I think it's going to be one of those films that could score highly critics wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, it doesn't look like my type of film at all. It's looks like a romance film. But yeah, I know the book's one of the best selling books, and that's gone down really well. So it's that whole topic with Project Hail Mary. You really like the book? Will they do the film
We'll live up to it. Yeah.
justice?
That might be a good
But, yeah.
date night movie if it's hitting on Valentine's weekend.
Yes.
For it being a romance.
There's a film called Ready or Not 2 coming out. I don't know if that was in February.
I can't see that here. I can't see it anywhere, Andy. Yeah, it might be coming out maybe later on down the list.
It was on what list are you looking on? Because it was on the Rotten Tomatoes
Movie
anticipated
Insider, and it's
list.
literally day by day.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that was February, but if not, this is obviously the sequel to the first one, and I thought the first one was absolutely shit. And then when
Ready
I
or
saw
Not
the
2,
score
Here I
for it,
Come.
yeah, I'm
I've
pretty
got
sure
it as
that's it.
April 10th.
Oh, okay.
It might one of these websites is clearly wrong.
No, it might be April. I just thought in my head I was thinking, was that in February? But yeah, for me the first film, I don't know if you've seen it, Stephen, but it's to do with this woman that marries this guy, and they have this tradition where they then like choose a card, and whatever the card is, they play the game. And the game's hide and seek, but it's a more
It's a deadly game of hide and seek. Yeah, I did see it.
And I thought it was an okay film, and then had the shittest ending ever. And then when I saw number 2 was coming, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Hang on.
Yeah.
I think you two might have told me about this film. Is this the one where at the end their heads all blow up?
Yeah, they just
you did explain this.
They
Yeah.
explode. It's the exploding sequence at the end.
They talk about this whole like thing like throughout the whole film, like if they don't kill her in time, they're all going to blow up, and you're thinking, this is such a silly film, like that's obviously not going to happen. And then they don't kill her, and they all blow up, and it's like, okay, their tradition was actually a real thing. So I don't know how they're going to do the second one, but the first one got 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, and when I saw that, I was just like mind blown by it. So I was like, what the fuck?
Your head almost blew up.
Yeah,
is it because the first Ready or Not was directed by the guys that are directing or have directed Scream 5, 6, and one that we're probably going to be mentioning in a minute.
I was about to say there's nothing left in February, Stephen. Nothing else could come in February.
No, nothing at all. But I wonder if they're directing both, that means they will have Ready or Not 2 and Scream 7 in the same year.
I don't know if they are or not. But...
Need to check that, but yeah, it's fair to say that I'm quite excited.
Should we let you talk about Scream 7, Stephen? Yeah.
I think, I mean, obviously, Scream 7 should have been with us way sooner. The production of Scream 7, there's been a lot of problems, like Jenna Ortega has left. The main protagonist got sacked because of offensive comments, anti-Semitic comments, so she's off the project. So there's been a lot of problems, but like Neve Campbell's back because she wasn't in Scream 6 because of a conflict that her pay wasn't what she thought that she brought to the role. So they said, oh, Sydney is with us in spirit. And it's like, you can't say that in a Scream movie. It makes it sound like you've been fucking killed. So I am excited. The fact that Matthew Lillard is back as Stu, still don't have any clue how that's going to work. But like, we've had Billy come back in Scream 5, so there is a way around it. But I love that. And there's even been a couple of rumors that both Billy and Stu are in Scream 7. They keep teasing at the idea that they're going to come back together, which would be unbelievable. Again, I don't know how they're going to do it because they're both, spoiler alert to anyone that's seen Scream, they're both dead. But I'm so hyped to see how they go with that. And Matthew Lillard is so cool. He's always said that he wants to come back to the Scream franchise. So the fact that he's back, I think this one's written by Kevin Williamson, who wrote the original as well. So it's kind of all the legacy characters are back once more, with the exception of David Arquette's character. But like Courtney Cox, Lee Campbell, and now Matthew Lillard. I hope it's going to be really, really good.
Is it your most anticipated movie next year?
Ooh, problematic because obviously we've got the Odyssey, which we'll get onto. I think in terms of maybe horror, yes, but we're also getting Terrifier 4 in October, so it's like, which one do I pick? I will be there on the night that it opens, and I loved Scream 5, and I thought Scream 6 was incredible. I just hope, my only fear is they've done really well with Scream 5 and 6. I don't want to get to a stage where I come out and it's like Scream 3, because I hated Scream 3. Like I did not like that. So I've had one Scream movie that's let me down. The rest have been absolutely brilliant. So I'm hoping it keeps up to that. And the fact that it's been 3-4 years since the last one, so hopefully it means that with all the problems, we're still going to get a really good Scream movie.
One that you're excited for, Andy?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Probably not as much as Stephen, but I watch the films. I do enjoy them. I will definitely go and watch it when it releases. But yeah, I feel like there's so many great blockbuster films coming out next year. That one's more on the back burner. But yeah, I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of blockbuster movies, Andy, we have Project Hail Mary in March. Obviously, I spoke my stuff on that last week when I was speaking about The Martian. This is it my most anticipated? I think it is, because I love the story. I love the book so much. Don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for Avengers and the Odyssey. But if they nail this could be an all-timer. Like, it could be that good.
You hyped yourself up a bit more for this film.
Which also could let me down, obviously. I get that. I fully get that.
It is one of those ones. Like, it could be amazing, but equally, if it's really bad, it's going to really hit you hard.
Yeah, but I trust Ryan Gosling. And I trust the author of the book, because he made a movie that everyone else liked, The Martian, and I still gave it an 8 out of 10. So I've got a good feeling. And this is one that I have to watch day one.
In March?
March 20th, yeah.
Yeah. So they've been advertising, along with the Odyssey, they've been advertising these films for months. So obviously that shows you that they're expecting both these films to be like massive blockbusters, because you don't start advertising films that early. Yeah. But there is a lot of hype around both of them.
The only thing with Ryan Gosling is that Ryan Gosling has massively let us all down once before.
One half, Nelson.
So just throwing that out there, that I wouldn't bank on that just because Ryan Gosling is in the film.
True. That's one of his earlier projects, but that went down really well anyway. So
yeah,
it did go down really well.
Yeah, so I've got very high hopes, and it's the one I'm most excited for currently. But there's obviously a lot more throughout the year.
With that, and I'm not saying it's going to be anywhere like, but my only reservation, even though I'm not saying it about the book, but it's like, when I saw the trailer for Mickey 17, I was like, wow, that looks fucking incredible. And that really was poor. And when I saw the trailer for Project Hail Mary, I was like, that also looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah. I think it was a bit deceived by Mickey 17, because they had everything that was in the trailer, I felt was like from the first half of the film.
Yeah.
And then there's a certain thing that happens, which they obviously wanted to keep that as a surprise, I guess. But there's something that happens in Mickey 17 that completely switched the story. And if I saw that in the trailer, I wouldn't have been as excited for it. The only thing that's putting me off Project Hail Mary, which I've said to you before, Welchy, is whatever that weird creature thing is. Because it looks weird, but obviously you're saying from reading the book, your experience with, if they get whatever that is right, it's going to be an amazing film.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see if they do get whatever that is right, and if I'll enjoy it.
It's hard to get wrong. Although saying that, I don't know how they're going to do it. So it's a really hard thing to explain, and I don't want to explain it because I don't want to spoil it.
Sure.
But I wouldn't worry about the Mickey 17 thing, because this is so different. And I've not seen Mickey 17, but this is a a feel-good story like The Martian is. Let's put it that way. It's
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
a
don't
good
get me wrong.
story.
I'm not comparing the content. The trailer
Trailer's
kind
the
of gave
trailer,
me the
yeah.
same thought process of what I had with Mickey 17. I don't know, maybe because of the fact of it being science fiction that was playing in my
Yeah.
mind. But I just hope that if the trailer lands and it's a feel-good story and it runs in the same way as The Martian, it could be movie of the year come the end of 2026
Let's fucking
if it
hope so.
hits.
Let's fucking hope
You know
so.
what I mean? It could be one of those.
A couple weeks later, we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie. All excited for this one. I mean, I liked the Super Mario movie, but I wouldn't say I'm like super excited for this one. But I'll take my daughter to see it at least.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, I love the first one. I think this one's going to be equally as good. I think it's going to be one of those ones that definitely not going to choose it for the Rotten Tomatoes games. Maybe one of you two will. But
how did it do the first one?
I'm not actually sure, but
was it like
I know
70?
they don't.
I want to say it got like 7. I think it was 70% or 70-ish, if I remember rightly, but I could be completely wrong.
I feel like it was lower.
59.
Yeah, so these films are like perfect examples of films that I always love and enjoy them. They're always like fun, like make you feel really good. They're always like family friendly and fun to watch. And then they just don't ever go down well with critics. But yeah, I am excited for the second one.
Audience score 95.
Audience score? Yeah.
95.
Yeah, so that's prime example.
It's one of those ones where I can't really see it like letting you down or causing you problems. Because like the first film was everything I wanted. It's fun, feel good, lots of like laughs. There's jokes there obviously for kids. There's some adult jokes thrown in there as well. It's like tried and tested. Sort of, it was everything that I expected and really, really enjoyable. And I imagine the second movie is just going to be like that. But you're right. I would not touch it with a barge pole in terms of critic wise. I think at the time it was around the 70% mark. It must have lowered.
Dropped, yeah.
By cricket, yeah.
In April as well, we have Ready or Not 2, as Andy mentioned. And then we have, at the end of April, Michael. Obviously, the Michael Jackson biopic, which Stephen wanted this year on Rotten Tomatoes.
I did.
But obviously it got delayed to this year. I mean, the trailer for this looks fucking great. It looks so good. And
yeah, I hadn't seen anything on this like this year when Stephen chose it.
Yeah, me neither.
And now that I've seen the trailer, I'm thinking, wow, this looks like a really good film. So there might be some competition for this film for next year now.
Joe, that's what's bloody like GTA 6 in the game podcast. I had Michael, and these fucking delays now means that I've got a battle on my hands where it was in my hands at that time. I mean, I picked it before even seeing the trailer, just because I think it's a kind of story that will, if it is done in the right way, will be really compelling, thought-provoking.
They seem to be getting these music artists films on point at the moment. So it's like if they like the Bob Marley one I loved, obviously you went and watched the Robbie Williams one, Stephen. I don't know if you watched that, Welchy.
No.
And then there was another one as well. I can't remember the name now. But yeah, they seem to be getting these films on
Bruce
point at the moment.
Recently, which I haven't seen, but that they did a biopic of Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, recently. There's another one that you watched. Bob Dylan one.
Timothy Chalamet one.
Oh yeah, Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
completely.
But I'm excited by this film. It looks really good. Michael Jackson songs are really fun as well. So I think this is going to be a really good movie.
It's the thing with like Michael Jackson, because like I went to see the theatre production show for Chloe's birthday in the summer, and it is a really weird experience that you're like singing all the songs, loving it, but then when he talks and when he behaves, you feel really uncomfortable because of and it's one of those like really weird experiences which I think the film is going to dive more into. And I think we're now at a time where we've had like loads of recent documentaries in years that's kind of tainted Michael Jackson's name. That kind of calmed down. So, and there's still loads of people that are in support of him, and that for me is going to be a film that is going to have a packed out audience. I think loads and loads of people would go to watch that, and it will be one which will have a lot of conversations about the good and the bad side of him. So
I don't think they're going to show those things though.
No, I don't. They're obviously not going to show it.
Bloody nephew who's playing him. He's not going to want to do that.
No, but they've got to have it somewhere in the background. Like even in like the Michael Jackson theatre production show, which was heavily written by like his people, they use that. So the way that they did that is they had journalists come, and when they were interviewing Michael, they asked him questions about that. So I think it would be wrong to you can't just disregard that, because, you know, it's not just the things that have happened with him being alleged to abuse children, but just his general, like, you know, dangling his baby out the bloody windows. They were like, he didn't do things in the normal way.
Oh,
So
that stuff they're gonna
I
have to show, because there's pictures of that stuff happening. Like that's
yeah,
it. I mean, the other stuff that we don't know the
yeah,
full facts about.
no, and we won't. I would actually be really pissed off if they kind of make out Michael to be this like saint and that he's never done anything wrong, because in all of the biopics, the Robert Williams one, the Bob Dylan
They
one,
put the
Bob
dirty stuff in
Marley,
there, yeah.
you have to, otherwise you're not doing a fair representation
Yeah.
of the bio of the actual singer, I should say.
There were suggestions that this could be a two-parter.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, if there's anyone that could do it, it's probably Michael Jackson's story. Like he starts
Yeah.
at Jackson 5, so it could take a fucking long
Yeah.
time to get to the good, well, not good bits, the ending. We'll see. If at the end of the first one he dies, then we know there's no part 2.
Yeah.
No, I think that's going to be a good one next year. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
A few other ones here. I'll say them out loud. If you want to talk about them, talk about them. Devil Wears Prada 2, Mortal
I haven't
Kombat,
seen the first one.
Mortal Kombat 2, Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun's coming back for its 40th anniversary next year.
Okay, fine. Okay, I was going to say they're going backwards.
I'll be allowed to choose that.
No. Andy, one for you. The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes, I'm very excited for this film. Obviously a massive fan of Star Wars, massive fan of the Mandalorian TV show. I think it's one of the better Star Wars TV shows that they've done. Obviously Pedro Pascal returning as the Mandalorian, and yeah, Grogu returning as well. So they've done the movie instead of season 4, so it'd be exciting to see where the story goes and what they do, and if there's any sort of cameos from any of the other characters in the Star Wars universe. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Is this meant to be the end of their story, or not necessarily?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess it depends on whether they want to leave it open. If this one does really well, will they then do another movie? It is weird that all of a sudden they've done 3 seasons and then decided, you know what, we're going to chuck out a movie. But I guess they thought, because the 3 TV shows have been so successful, maybe chuck out a movie and see if that does well, and then build it up from there. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do, and if it does have a conclusion to their story, because I feel like there's still a lot to tell. Obviously, this was meant to be like the guy came out and said he's got the script for like season 4 there. He had it like all done and ready. So for something that's meant to be 8 episodes long, put into a movie, I don't know how well that's going to go down, but I'm really excited by it.
Then into June, we have 3 back-to-back weeks. So on June the 12th, we've got something called the Steven Spielberg 2026 Project.
Oh, that's called, it's called Disclosure, the film.
Disclosure, okay.
Yeah,
anyone know
I think that's what I stuck with. I think it's to do with it's like a UFO film.
Oh,
so
okay.
To do, yeah, I don't know if it, obviously, judging by him, it's likely to do well, but the last show that I watched that had some weird UFO stuff in was Nope, and that was absolutely fucking terrible. I got forced to watch that at the cinema.
Well,
you get forced to watch it.
I was literally going to watch it for you because you wanted to watch it, and you decided, oh, actually, I'm not going to go last minute, and I still had to go.
He missed out the crucial point that I actually had COVID at the time, so I literally wasn't able to go. But anyway, and that is harsh on Nope, because I mean, Nope, that's a conversation for a different day. But the only thing with Steven Spielberg films is that recently not all of them have landed. So there have been a couple that have just not done very well from a critic or audience perspective. So it depends. If we get the Steven Spielberg of like Jaws, great. But if we get where he's similar to like Ridley Scott, where sometimes he will go probably like he's not being specific to the plot, so it goes kind of really sort of out there, and it kind of is, there's too much going on. So it all depends on whether that will be the case or not.
Yeah. Well, the same day currently as the releases currently stand, we have Scary Movie 6. One I'm super hyped for. I can't believe we're getting another one, and they're going to take the piss out of Vecna, which is going to be great, especially after this year.
Do you know when I said at the start of the podcast that there is one movie that I am so excited for, but I would not go anywhere near from the Rotten Tomatoes perspective? It is Scary Movie 6.
Yeah.
I think for me, because I mean, Scary Movie 5 was just utter dog shit. The only bit in Scary Movie 5 that I found funny was the Leonardo DiCaprio impersonator, because I was like, he literally talks and sounds exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio. That's really funny. But the rest of it was just terrible. But the Wayans brothers back, so they're bringing back like Anna Faris, Regional Hall. I think Buddy. You've got Shorty back, so to speak. Like it's everyone from Scary Movie 1 back.
Yeah.
They've also come out and said that they're going to be as offensive as they want. They don't care about like who they offend, what they say, and also I think it's really nostalgic because obviously the first Scary Movie came out in 2000. Sort of we're 25 years down the line, so there'll be a lot of people that weren't old enough to watch Scary Movie in cinema that are now like similarly like my age of like 27, 28 that remember seeing that movie as a kid and all the pop culture references. Like I actually think that the audience score is going to be quite high on that one, but obviously critics are going to absolutely probably pan it.
Yeah.
They're gonna rip it to shreds. My only other slight reservation to it, reservation I say, is when I saw Marlon Wayans in him, and I've seen interviews with him. He is unique.
Yes,
is the nice way I'm putting it. So the only comfort to that is that he's got obviously Shawn Wayans and Keenan, so the Wayans as a collective. I think if it was just him doing it, I would be not so excited. But it's just going to be hilarious because I feel like, are they going to kind of take the piss from Scary One? Are they going to be sort of like post-apocalyptic, self-reflective on it? Yeah, you know, when like Scream kind of talks about horror movies, are they going to do something like that as well as take the piss out of all other bits and pieces?
Potentially.
I can't wait to see a trailer for it. We had no trailer or anything.
Yeah, but with comedies, I like to not see it. I don't want to hear the jokes. You know, I want to experience them first time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think that's got potential to be huge. The week after is Toy Story 5.
Big one.
Massive
biggest one of the year.
Probably, one of the biggest films of the year. And then I might as well just do it back to back. So the week after that is Supergirl. So we've got, I'm all right, Scary Movie 6 is relatively small compared to these two. But Scary Movie 6, we'll be going to cinema. Next week we're going to see Toy Story 5. Next week we're going to see Supergirl. It's like, wow, what a summer. What a summer that's going to be. That's all June. End of the last few weeks.
June. That's just the beginning of the summer period. I mean, Toy Story 5 be all right, won't it?
I mean, it's not guaranteed to be what we like. I think it's guaranteed to be a critical success. But there's no need for Toy Story 5. Toy Story was done. No. Obviously, Disney need money and want money. I get it. I hope it's good.
Plus, they want to go down the modern route with all like the technology stuff now. Yeah. I feel they've realized there's a new story to tell because of the new technology that we have and with kids, and there's a new story for them to tell, and they've decided now's the right time to tell it. So I think it's going to go down well. I think from what I've seen in terms of trailers, I think I'm going to enjoy it as well. And I'm very excited for this film.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be going straight away to see it. I can't wait. Toy Story 4 was a slight downhill movement. I just hope it doesn't continue the trend. I hope it goes slightly back up again. But
I think it will.
Yeah. I mean,
it's going to have to be insane to match Toy Story 3 for me.
I really enjoyed Toy Story 4. Obviously, we spoke before that the original trilogy is like unparalleled and much. You can't kind of go anywhere near that. But like kind of what Andy alluded to, the idea of that it's toys versus technology, which has been huge. And I just think like that is such a clever like idea. In the same way of like the first Toy Story, where they're like, we're going to make a movie where toys come to life. Genius. Yeah. And it's like, okay, what are toys suffering from? Technology. That is meaning kids are not playing with toys. They're playing on iPads, iPhones. So that's our premise for Toy Story 5. Genius. Like it is that there's so many different things that they can do with that. But I just think you've got it there. And if it hits, I do hope in a way that this is the end. In a weird sort of way, like because I'm just a little bit like I know it probably won't be. They'll probably do more, but it's like you've got an amazing trilogy. Yes, you could argue that Toy Story 4 is probably the weakest out of all four, but still enjoyable. like there will come to a point where they keep doing it, that sort of likelihood of them messing it up is greater. Like cut your losses where you can and just end, because as you said, Welch, we
They
don't
haven't got any
need
losses,
another
though.
one. Sorry?
They haven't got any losses, so they won't be cutting their losses while they can.
No,
would
but I
they?
mean in terms of like the risk of that, if they do one
This-
that is
Put
really,
while
really
you're on top
bad.
is what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think with way that like childhood is always changing and things are always changing. I think as long as they feel that there's a story for them to tell that's different, then they're gonna want to write that and tell it in a movie. So yeah.
Yeah, no, fair point.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, I agree. I think we're going to see more. I don't think we need it, but I think we all know they're going to want to get their money, unless this flops somehow, which is I just don't see happening.
The only sort of negative point to the whole Toy Story franchise is Lightyear, which was terrible.
Yeah, I never watched that. I've had it on, but I never actually sat down and watched it.
It's not great. You're not missing much.
No,
that's not really the same though, because it's like a whole different format, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it
I
is.
would even argue that's not part of Toy Story.
Well,
yeah. I mean, it is about Buzz Lightyear, but yeah, it's not a direct Toy Story movie.
What's the hype levels? Supergirl.
I'm very excited
Yeah.
for this. I like the actress that plays Supergirl. She's in something that you don't watch, House of the Dragon. She's in the first season of that, and I really liked her in that. I don't know if I've seen her in anything else, but yeah, I'm really excited to see this movie, because obviously she's a different sort of character to Superman.
Yeah,
you saw that from her sort of cameo in Superman.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to be so, I don't know what the right
Righteous.
professional, I guess.
Yeah.
She's a bit more messed up, so it's exciting to see what they do with her character.
I think that movie's gonna be absolutely nuts. I just get this vibe of how Supergirl behaves and the cameo performances from Superman. Like it's just gonna be batshit crazy. It's just gonna be kind of ridiculous, but I think in a really good way. Like it's gonna make us laugh out loud multiple times, and it's gonna have that sort of that craziness that sort of some of the earlier James Gunn movies have. I know obviously he's not directed it, but he'll have obviously influence over the project. I think it's gonna have that where like Superman was kind of serious, understandably, but then it had those moments where the tone changed when Supergirl was in it. So I think the whole movie is going to be that whole tone all the way through, and I think that's going to be really interesting. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that.
And if we get a Good Boy 2 next year, we could have Crypto and whatever dog is in that competing against each other for Performance of the Year.
Didn't it take like 7 years to make Good Boy or something? We're not getting Good Boy 2 anytime soon.
You better not fucking get another Good Boy movie.
Anyway, isn't Crypto fully CGI?
Yeah.
That'd be a piss take if he won.
The flying dog. Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to that. DC's got off to a good start. The DCU, I should say. Hopefully they can continue that. July, we've got Minions 3. I mean, I probably have to go and see it, but
yeah, I saw the last Minions film. They're all right.
They're funny enough. They're
it's just a comedy film, isn't it?
Yeah. I mainly went to see, was it Despicable Me 4 last year?
That's the latest one, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I only went to see that because I've been a massive fan of them, so she'll probably say, oh, can we use your limiters and go to see Minions? Yeah. So even if we're like the old ones in the cinema, but yeah, they're all right.
The summer carries on with Moana live action, which again I'll probably have to go and see. I'm going to be going to cinema a lot next summer. Again, not needed, not this soon anyway. It was only 2016 this was made. But whatever. Yeah. The trailer actually looked alright to me. I thought it looked pretty good.
Well, it's still got Dwayne Johnson in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it didn't show his face, but he is still in it.
Yeah, no, it's one that I'll go watch. Obviously, the live actions can be hit and miss, so it'll be interesting to see if this is as good as the animation.
I don't think it's going to be, because the animation is unbelievable. It's a great film.
Yeah.
But the week after Moana, we have The Odyssey, which is probably globally the most anticipated film for next year. And probably for us as well, I'd say. Christopher Nolan has just hit this level where he is the lead director, at least for me anyway. Like, he's the one where, you stop and you pay attention. And I've not watched them all. I've not even watched Tenet, but he's the guy. He's the guy at the minute.
Yeah.
He makes a film. You go and watch it.
I put him in like him and like Tarantino for me. I like those
Yeah.
directors where you stop and you pay
You go and
attention.
watch. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's only a select few, and definitely Christopher Nolan's in that
I
category.
feel like the difference between those two, though, is Tarantino's a little bit more niche in terms of like his
Yes,
films. They're a bit
that's
more
fair.
unique, whereas Christopher Nolan, I feel like his films reach a bigger audience in terms of
Yeah,
that they can be
yeah.
for more than just sort of one
And
target audience.
and he does more in terms of frequency as well, where we get a Tarantino like the last Tarantino film was in 2019, and he's only got one left. He's only doing 10 movies, so
I hate
there
that.
will be there will be a massive thing in cinema when that sees the light of day, whenever that may be. But you're right, Christopher Nolan is probably the biggest movie director on the planet in terms of the success that he's made from the movies that he's generated.
And
I would probably say.
I think this will massively outsell what Oppenheimer did. I think Oppenheimer, the nature of it, it still did very well and when it did release, but the nature of that film and what it is and what it's talking about puts people off going to see it. Whereas
Yeah,
this is going to be this insane. The cast is insane anyway, but the cast was insane in Oppenheimer.
it is.
I just think
Yeah.
the trailer for this film is going to bring everyone in, like straight away.
Yeah, I think obviously I went to see Oppenheimer at the cinema, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But it was very dialogue heavy. There was
Yes.
a lot of just people talking. Obviously, you have those moments of sort of the test being done, and that was jaw dropping and the utilization of sound, and it was a very great piece of work. But this has got like more action, so a lot more people will go for the action part, where Oppenheimer people kind of knew that wasn't going to be there. It probably was the only Christopher Nolan film that didn't have any action really in it. Where he's come back to this, and you're right, the cast is just a joke. Like I thought the cast is for Oppenheimer to have like Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon is one thing, but like this list is just endless. Who is in the Odyssey?
Yeah, and they keep announcing new people for it. I keep thinking, bloody hell, I didn't know you was in it. I think like Mia Goth is in this as well. I was like,
like she's got a cameo. It's like Mia Goth, and it's like, oh yeah, cameo performance. We'll just throw one of the most talented actresses out there in the business. Like what? It's crazy.
I saw I can't remember who it was now. I saw an interview with someone. I wish I could remember who it was, and they were like, "Oh, who's the one director you would work for?" And she was like, "Oh, Christopher Nolan," but he never calls me. He never asked me. I can't remember who it was. Was it a Stranger Things person, maybe?
I think I remember seeing that, but I can't remember who it was either.
Yeah, it must be something that's out now. That's like I can't remember. And then 2 weeks later, we got Spider-Man. So Tom Holland is having a month and a half that one.
Oh yeah, because he's in that as well.
In both movies, big roles in both movies, obviously. Spider-Man: Brand New Day. It's gonna be interesting. Obviously, spoilers for the last Spider-Man, but everyone has forgotten who Peter Parker is. Everyone knows who Spider-Man is, but don't know who's behind the mask anymore. So very interested. Obviously, we've seen all the pictures that come out of the Scotland where they've been filming it. And he got injured as well while filming, so whether this gets delayed or not, I don't know. Probably not. It's probably done enough. But Spider-Man films. Tom Holland has been a great Spider-Man, and he's the only one to make it to 4 movies. So
he is
arguably the best. You could argue. He's probably going to make it to 5 and 6 as well. So super excited about this one, and it's the warm-up for the big one next year.
For Avengers.
Anyone interested in Paw Patrol the movie?
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm definitely going to take that to go watch that.
There is another horror movie. I don't know if it comes out before. Evil Dead Burn. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know what that was. Yeah, Evil Dead Burn comes out a week in between Odyssey and Spider-Man.
Yeah, so I am really excited for that. I loved the 2013 Evil Dead remake that they made, and then Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rises? The one that came out 2 years ago was brilliant because it was like Evil Dead set in like a town area in a house where like we've always known the Evil Dead to be in the woods where someone is possessed. So the fact that they were trapped in this house and it was so brutal. I mean, I'll just say 2 words: cheese grater sequence. That's all you need to know about that. And and I was really super impressed with Evil Dead Rise is what it was called. I don't know if this is a continuation of the story or a new standalone sort of chapter. I've not seen any sort of trailers or anything. We'll probably see those nearer the time, but it's going to be great. It's like violent, messed up, sort of real, sort of effective horror splatter. And sometimes you laugh. Like Evil Dead is one of those movies where you just find it quite funny. When Sam Raimi did it, he said he did like the Three Stooges, but instead of it being custard, it was blood and guts that he used. So it does kind of run that very thin line between horror and comedy. They've made it much serious in recent years, but definitely one like I think you should come to watch that with me, Andy. Evil Dead when it comes out.
Well, I feel like with the films coming out around this film, you're going to have like a day to watch this before it drops out of cinemas.
Yeah, definitely. I will be there on that day.
Yeah, there's obviously, I don't think Paw Patrol the Dino movie is going to take it out, but you know, there are other films, including Insidious 6. I did not know there were 6 of these fuckers. Like, I think I've watched 1.
I am slightly annoyed by this. And the only reason I'm slightly annoyed by it is that we had Insidious 5 last year, which was meant to be the final Insidious.
Right.
And it does, because it wraps up the whole story. And I actually quite enjoyed that. It brought back Patrick Wilson's character. I won't go into spoiler territory of how it does, but that is the end. So why we've now got an Insidious 6 and what they're going to do with that is beyond me. I will obviously go and watch it, but I'm again like, we don't need that.
Is it a prequel?
I imagine so. Yeah, I imagine it's a prequel, but we've already had 2 prequels to Insidious. 3 and 4 are prequels. So what is this going to be, like the third prequel or a new sequel? And it's like, you know, same with like the Conjuring universe that's just wrapped up. Like, move on to something new. Like, it's the first Insidious came out in 2009, so we're coming up to like nearly 20 years.
Yeah,
it's done. Like,
I know they want to use the name because it gets people in, but I think at some point you have to wrap up and then, like you say, create something new and just put on the thing in massive writing. We made Insidious. Come and watch this.
Like, and they do that though. I know. For loads of horror movies, they say from the creators of like Saw and Insidious and Paranormal Activity. And I understand that, but it's even more frustrating when, like, you know, it makes Insidious 5 ridiculous because at that point they're like, yeah, this is the last part. Like, we've really appreciated the Insidious fan base. You know, this is the final chapter of the series. And then someone's gone, oh no, we're going to now do another one. It's like, why? Who knows? It might be a gem, but one that I'm not anticipating because I just am a bit like, why am I here for Insidious 6?
Yeah, not one for me just because I haven't watched the other 5. I watched one of them. DC then continued their run with Clayface, which is going to be an interesting one. A bit more of a what's the word? More mature movie, I think. And then Zach Cregger, is that his name? Zach Cregger, who made Weapons. Direct Weapons, is bringing his Resident Evil movie.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be very interesting.
That might be, that's one that again.
There's been a lot of bad Resident Evil movies.
There is.
We need a good one.
And both his movies, as with Barbarian and Weapons, are very highly rated. So he's on good tread at the moment. And as I said, very interesting filmmaker. The thing is, he doesn't do things normally. So he will do something unique to the Resident Evil series. What that will be, I don't know. What I'd actually really like is a stripped down, sort of in the same mold of Resident Evil 7, that we get a psychological, really scary movie, which is based in Resident Evil, maybe in a house or somewhere that is more stripped down and linear. I feel like the other Resident Evil movies have a habit of just going way too all over the place in terms of the fantasy aspect. Get back to basics, strip it down, make it really scary. And I feel like that's the director that can do that.
I would prefer that, but I think they're going to go down the Resident Evil 1 or 2 route. Which is just what they always do. This has Avengers Endgame in September, which is wrong, so we'll skip that. So that date you had earlier for your film, Ready or Not, is probably correct, Andy. Shout out if there's anything you thought of. Street Fighter's coming out. Apparently, I didn't know that was coming out. We've got
also straight up that.
Skipping through this because it's 5 minutes left. It's the one with 50 Cent, right? He's in this one, I think.
Wait, Street Fighter?
Yeah, he's definitely in Street Fighter.
I don't remember seeing 50 Cent, but yeah, I remember seeing a trailer for it or a clip.
Load of other movies. The Hunger Games, Andy.
I I liked the first three, and then like the last one, I didn't really get into it. It had Peter Dinklage in it, who's obviously a really good actor, but yeah, I feel like they could have finished that story ages ago. So I'm not. It might be good, but I've lost interest in that series.
Another movie that I am super excited for, but will not touch on Rotten Tomatoes, is Focker-in-Law.
Yeah,
I love Meet the Parents. I
Hey,
love Meet the Fockers. I
yeah,
will
Meet the
not
Fockers.
touch
My
Focker-in-Law with a
no,
barge pole because that could
I
be
didn't even know.
absolutely horrendous.
did you check? Have you seen the scores of those films?
No, is it bad?
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
I'll have a look.
I wasn't sure if you had checked and saw
No,
them.
I don't think.
It'd be
I don't
funny if
think
they're
they're
all.
great.
It would be funny if they're all like in the high 80s, 90s. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to touch that.
I don't think they are.
um,
Wait, they're doing a new Meet the Fockers. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that was happening,
it's
so
got
I'm buzzing for
Ariana
that.
Grande in it.
Oh
I'm
wow,
pretty sure
okay.
we've mentioned it in a previous episode as well.
So
We probably have, but we do a lot of episodes, so I
Meet
don't
the
remember that.
Fockers got 38.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely choose this then because there's got to be a hit at some point.
yeah, of course.
Meet the Parents got 85. Wow.
I'll see
Oh,
it. There you go.
I mean, I agree, but I'm just surprised.
85% for a comedy. Jesus. I mean, I agree as well, but that is mad.
Did any of you? I'd never watched Little Fuckers. Did you?
No, I saw that.
No,
It's the
I haven't seen
weakest out of the three.
It got 9%.
it.
Yeah,
Not in a
it's not.
while.
I'm not
Is it?
touching Fucker.
That's all right.
So it's Ben Stiller, I'm assuming, back in the
Yeah, and Robert De
lead.
Niro, the whole shebang. It's a
Oh
full film.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm buzzing for that. Oh, I am now. That is one of my anticipated movies for 2026 because I'd love Meet the Fox. Meet the Fox. I actually prefer Meet the Fox to Meet the Parents, but because
Yes, I think I do. Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
there's moments in that film that I remember watching, just like the asshole, like even
Yes.
to this
Yes.
day is absolutely hilarious. And it's going to be one of those movies where there will just be those standout points in the film, or it could be an utter car crash. Again, a lot of these movies, barring maybe the Odyssey, Avengers, Spider-Man, they could go easily one way or another
Yeah.
in terms of none of them I would say are bankers in terms of being like a guaranteed success.
We've got a couple minutes left, and I've realized we've not left enough time to talk about these movies. But Avengers, obviously,
Yes.
cannot wait for that. Obviously, Robert De
Yeah.
Niro, because of fucking Meet the Fockers.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. coming as supposedly. I'm still not fully in on that theory.
I'm not either.
As the Doctor Doom,
Doctor Doom.
which I still get chills thinking about the end credit scene in Fantastic Four. They did it perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super excited to see what they're going to do with it. Apparently, the trailer's coming like this week. So maybe next week we'll be talking about after we thoughts. Maybe we'll react to it, guys. I don't know, but it's going to be at the Avatar film, I think. So it'd be quite hard
we
for
go
us to
to
react
the-
to it.
When me and Andy we're seeing Avatar next Friday, so I imagine it's going to be
I think it'd be there. Yeah.
maybe yeah.
The only way we'd be able to react to it if it comes out beforehand, which I doubt.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're all super excited about that one. I am super excited for Dune Part 3 or Dune the
Yeah.
Messiah,
I was waiting for you to mention it. Yeah.
which is apparently those two are coming out on the same day, which fuck me, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to watch
Wow.
Avengers
Wow.
first
Really?
because spoilers.
See, we
But-
Might be a double
mentioned in
Yeah,
yeah, we mentioned in our first podcast about the fact of like worried about the future of cinema, but when you go through this list, I don't have to worry about anything next year. That's for sure. Jesus Christ.
if June hits the way June 2 hit, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have the best time ever. That if Avengers and June hit that they should hit,
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
then choose
man.
what will be your movie of the year,
with that
and you would have Project Hail Mary and
hopefully.
the Odyssey.
Oh my god, movie of the year next year is going to be insane. If they're all good, which
Yeah.
fucking fingers crossed they are. I mean, I love Timothée Chalamet at the minute. I think he's a fantastic actor. I want to go and see his
He's doing really well.
table tennis movie out in a minute. Mighty Supreme.
Yeah.
But I love him in June, and I can't wait to see him do more. Zendaya should be returning. What's her face? Oh my god, I always forget her name. She was in Thunderbolts.
Florence.
Florence Pugh.
Oh,
Thank
Florence
you.
Pugh.
Yeah, she should be returning. And the guy from Game of Thrones, I always forget his name. Aquaman.
Oh, Jason.
He should be returning as well, and everyone's in this fucking film. I'm really bad at names tonight. Thanos, Josh Brolin. I think he'll probably be returning as well. So yeah, cannot wait for that film. They ended it really well, the last one. So okay, let's go around before we finish. Your most anticipated, if you had to pick one.
For me, it's Odyssey, hands down.
Odyssey.
Just because, like I said, it was Spartacus. That whole Romans, like the war, the fights. I feel like that's going to be one epic film. It's Christopher Nolan. I'm super hyped for that film, man. It's right up my street.
Stephen?
I mean, Odyssey would be a great shout.
Didn't speak about Terrifier. Just realised.
And that will be the one that I'll probably pick because it's going to be the last one in the Terrifier franchise. It should be October 2026.
It's definitely around that time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on this list, but my list could not have everything.
If it will be Terrifier if it's out next year. If not, then I would also go with the Odyssey.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's definitely coming out next year, unless it gets delayed. But it is scheduled for like September, October, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not on my list. That's all. But otherwise, I would have
just the caveat. If that doesn't come out, it'll be the Odyssey. But if not, it absolutely will be Terrifier 4.
You got the second Christmas film as well, Violent Night 2 with Hopper from Stranger Things. That comes out next year too.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, that says December 4th. Yeah, and Jumanji 3 as well.
I love Violent Night.
Angry Birds 3 comes out on my birthday next year. Yeah. Wow, birthday treat for me. I will say, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to say June 3, because I know I love them. And
you've seen the first
99% sure I'm going to love it again. Whereas Project Hail Mary could end up being my movie of the year, but currently June 3 is like, just thinking about it's got me excited. Before we wrap up, I did ask on Discord for our listeners' most anticipated movies. Bigsy wrote in saying, I'm looking forward to Mario Galaxy, Greenland 2, which we didn't discuss. I don't know what Greenland is. Primate, Mortal Kombat 2, Mercy, Crime 101.
Oh, Mercy, yeah.
So, I don't know what Mercy
Mercy's is like the it's to do with like there's a case and the judge is like AI and it's down to the AI judge to decide. It's got Chris Pratt in it. He plays the main character.
And also Primate, I'm very excited for. That looks really, really good.
What's that based on?
It's basically they have like this group of like monkeys, so to speak, who then they're like a pet and then they go deranged. And they're in the house and they've got to try and escape from this deranged monkey. The trailer launched. I saw it in one of the most recent horror movies I went to, and it does look very, very good.
Cold Storage, Avengers Doomsday, and Toy Story 6, which he's edited it, but he put Toy Story 6 and Bigsy recording you out. It's Toy Story 5. I've got to scroll down. Jack wrote in saying 2026 most anticipated is the Bone Temple. Thank you. Toy Story 5, Avengers, and Spider-Man. So all the big movies. Oh, he then sorry, I haven't forgot this. He then put oh fuck and the Odyssey, and Mario Galaxy. Then he put again fuck and Supergirl. So I think the message here is that there's a lot of good films. Bigsy also wrote in again to say Scary Movie 6.
The other thing as well is that when I looked on like a TikTok of like anticipated horror movies, we are getting Saw 11 as well next year, so that will be one to look forward to. The other one that I keep seeing, which I don't know if it's real, is we're apparently getting an Outlast movie next year, but I don't know if that is fully confirmed or if that's just
talking about an Outlast movie, whether it's next year or not. I don't know.
They keep saying it's Blumhouse and it's going to be from the creators of Saw and Hostel, but I'm thinking I'm not sure if that is, but if that is the case, that could be really, really good.
Sometimes with a lot of horror films, they do come out like out the blue and just drop.
Yeah, I mean, they only announced the deal to make this in 2024. It says no specific release date on Google, but
okay.
I mean, I'd be there day one.
But then it's in the pipeline, and particularly if it copies the same case of the games. Wow, that could be like one of the scariest horror movies of like the decade.
I wonder if I'd want to play the main person. Ben also wrote in finally, as I say finally, the last person to write in. Most anticipated movies are definitely The Odyssey, which I think is literally everyone has said that now. Toy Story 5 and Avengers. Common theme here. Toy Story, Avengers, and Odyssey seem to be the big three. I would like to chuck in Dune 3 as well, but probably slightly more niche. Cool.
I think this just shows how exciting our Rotten Tomatoes game is going to be, because the list of films we just mentioned is going to make it tricky just deciding which one we would want as our first pick.
Yep.
And then obviously navigating around everyone else's picks as well. There's a lot of good films here. It's going to be a tougher year to try and win next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting episode. For those of you who don't know, just very quickly, in January we're going to be getting together. There'll be 4 of us. Jack has said he will join us. We're all going to go through one by one and pick movies that we want to have in our team, our catalogue, and we score points based on how well they do on Rotten Tomatoes. So we'll be doing an episode in a couple of weeks where we go through the results of this year. So it'll give you a bit of an insight into what we're going to be doing in January. So very excited for that. Very excited for 2026. But for now, that is going to do it for tonight's episode. Let us know what you thought, or what you think, or what your most anticipated movies are for 2026. Drop your thoughts in the comments or tag us on socials at The Late Night Pods. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you're listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss next week's episode. Speaking of which, next time we have the finale of our late night movie podcast quiz show. Ooh. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. I have things up my sleeve which if I pull them off, it's going to be a good one. For now, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I've been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-host Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys, and yeah, can't wait to see you in next week's episode.
And Stephen.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. Can't wait for the final quiz show next week. And yeah, buzzing for 2026 movies to start coming thick and fast.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week.